Hey guys, today we have a classic TFL mashup. That means we're going to be drag racing apples to oranges. What apple have you brought?
I brought the Lucid Air, and this is the base model of this car.
Well, I've brought the second most expensive Mustang because this is the Mustang GT, but not the Dark Horse. Now, they are surprisingly similar. How much horsepower?
430, and it's rear-wheel drive.
I've got 486, but it's also rear-wheel drive. Now, the other thing that makes them very similar is that car, while it has less power, has more weight.
Yep.
And of course, this car has a lot more cylinders because it's a V8 classic American muscle car, whereas yours is a classic American EV. So let's drag race. The cool thing about the Mustang, it actually has specific modes just for drag racing. Let me show you. You hit the Mustang button right there, and then if you want to do something fun like a burnout, you can hit the I here, and that's your line lock, and that lets you do basically a burnout to warm up your rear tires. But to go drag racing, there's mode buttons on the steering wheel, and so you just scroll through normal, custom, slippery, and then of course drag strip. And there you are, ready to go drag racing. The thing I love about this Mustang is the active exhaust. So there are 4 different exhaust modes. Now this is quiet. Then you have normal, sport, but the one that really wakes up the neighbors is race mode, track exhaust only. I love the fact that Lucid is relatively affordable, styled with perfection, but come on. How can you not love that?
By comparison, the Lucid keeps it very simple. We've got 3 different modes: smooth, swift, and sprint, which I'll be using for this drag race, of course.
Okay, so what we have here are 2 cars that absolutely do not compete, but yet somehow they're very similar. So of course I've got a V8, I've got a classic American muscle car, and you have
one of the most luxurious cars now on the market. And yeah, leave it to us. We've got 2 pretty quick cars in a straight line. We've got a quarter-mile strip. We can't help ourselves. We gotta race them.
Yeah, but in some ways they're really close, right? Both are rear-wheel drive. You know, I have more horsepower, but you have more weight. Well, I have more weight, but the car has more weight. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and this one being electric, and the fact that we are over a mile above sea level, this is actually going to be a pretty close race.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can put the power down because these tires are more for, let's call it GTing around the country than drag stripping.
Yeah, I've definitely got a bigger diameter wheel than you. I've got a 20, you've got an 18, but they're both 245 width.
All right, you ready to go? I'll count us down.
Let's do it. I'm excited to see it.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, he got the jump on me. Come on, Mustang!
Oh, pretty immediately I start setting away.
Oh no! I gotta shift. He doesn't have to shift.
There's no competition there. He starts hanging with me a little bit though.
At this point I might start catching up, but it's too late.
That was quick. I got up to, what, 113 it looked like. Let's see what.
Well, that was a thorough disappointment for the Mustang case.
Yeah, I might have jumped you slightly on that start there, but man, I don't think there was any chance. I did a 13.54 at 109 miles an hour, so that was a pretty quick quarter mile for a car this size.
Yeah, I ran a 1408 at 100, let me look back here. I think it was 108 miles an hour, just 1 mile an hour slower than you.
Yeah, and again, that's on an unprepped surface, and these solo DLs always show times a little bit slower than what you would get if you went to an actual drag strip. So
these are both very quick cars, but the Lucid's a little quicker.
You know, I think it comes down to instant torque and, you know, me having to shift.
And funny enough too, this Lucid is far from the quickest version of this car that they make. This one, just 430 horsepower. I say just as if that's nothing. 4.5 seconds 0 to 60, so it's an impressive performer for a base vehicle.
When I say me having a shift, I meant the car having a shift. This is an automatic, but still you can feel every time the car shifts, you kind of lurched ahead a little bit. Now, you know, you said that that is the least expensive Lucid. This is the second most expensive Mustang, but it's still a lot cheaper. So we got this car, you know, it's I think we paid like just under 40,000, whereas yours is 75.
Yeah, that is true. But then again, when you sit inside of this car, you see where that difference in cost went. It's definitely money well spent if you want a nice interior.
So we got an internal combustion engine car versus an electric car.
But I brought something else. Get this, I brought a plug-in hybrid. So let's see how the BMW i8 does against the Lucid. And I've got a feeling it'll be much closer than people think.
Despite how it might look like this next race would end up on paper, this one I'm a little worried about.
I mean, the i8 only has 360 plus horsepower. You shouldn't be worried, right? 3-cylinder, come on. You know, a little 120 horsepower electric motor. Nothing that the Lucid should worry about, and yet, we'll see.
Yeah, you say that, but that i8 spanked the Mustang last time we drag raced.
Yeah, why don't we cut to that video and show that before we go and show this video.
Oh, great launch of the i8 actually shifts super hard.
Oh, he launched well. Oh, wow. That i8 is so quick off the line. That's insane.
There's 85 miles an hour and 90 miles an hour and 100 miles an hour.
Oh, I've never seen something take off from this Mustang like that. This Mustang is quick. No way. That is wild.
Okay, so I think this BMW i8 got a bad rap back in the day, right? The rap was that this wrote a check it couldn't cash. It looked fast, but it wasn't fast because it had 120 horsepower electric motor for the front wheels, and then it had a 3-cylinder mini engine in the back that put out over 200 horsepower for a combined 369. But what's interesting is BMW claimed a 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds, which is identical to yours.
Yeah, and that car's story is a lot different in real life than it is on paper. As we just showed, it is damn quick. So it'll be interesting to see how it stacks up against this big old luxury sedan.
Yeah, and I've also got all-wheel drive and launch control, my man.
Yeah, I guess I kind of have to control my own launch, but I didn't really have any wheel spin on the last one, so I think I'm pretty well off.
All right, here we go. You ready? I'll count us out again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
We're neck and neck.
Oh, it's close. Oh, he's gaining on me. Come on, BMW.
I'm pulling away. Let's go, Lucid.
Come on. Oh, my God.
Oh, come on, hold him off. And this car's got more power on paper, and it's got more power on pavement.
He's still going to beat me, but just by a hair.
Wow, impressive performance from the big old hefty sedan. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what I did.
I think I killed a big bug.
13.35. So that run was even slightly faster. I did a 13.35 at 110 miles per hour, pretty close to my first time, but impressive for a sedan of this size.
I had kind of a rolling start there because the launch control kind of let go, so I got a 14.55 at 109. But you know, the time isn't as important as, you know, who came across first, and you came across first. But I think we should do a rolling race.
I think so too, because you never know, especially with a car like that, it might change things.
once again, even with an electric motor, I've got a 6-speed automatic in this i8, and it does have to shift. And if you're hearing that, well, V8 rumble out the back, it's not the Mini 3-cylinder, it's actually augmented engine node. So this car does sound much meaner than, you know, it really is in terms of at least its number of cylinders. But I've grown to really love this car. I think it was one of those cars that was way ahead of its time in terms of its technology, its design, and I keep stopping to get gas because it's got a tiny gas tank and everybody thinks it's brand new, and yet this is a 9-year-old car now. It's a 2015 and we bought it for just under $50,000. Just between you and me, man, I am impressed by that Lucid. The Sapphire, the top of the line Lucid, costs $249,000, and by all accounts it's just phenomenal. But even at $75,000, that Lucid has almost 400 miles of range. We had the Grand Touring last week that had almost 500 miles of range at $125,000, but it resets the bar. If you're a Tesla fan and you're looking to kind of move up in electric cars, definitely check out the Lucid. They have done a phenomenal job. Technology-wise, it's not as good as a Tesla, but in every other dynamic fashion, it's much better than a Model S.
All right, Case, shall we do a rolling race?
I'd say that's the only thing left for us to do.
All right, here we go. 30 miles an hour forward. 22, 24, 26, 30.
He jumped me!
I jumped again, sorry.
I'm gonna see if I can catch up. There's nothing. There's no way I'm catching up. A little cheating from the boss.
Where I come from, that qualifies as cheating.
Where I come from, that qualifies as knowing you're going to lose, so doing the next best thing, which is, let's call it creative racing.
Well, I will say they are pretty close, because as soon as I got on the throttle, I think I hung out basically right at your rear corner and didn't really move from there. So they seem to be about the same speed, but this is just such an easy vehicle to launch off the line. It's kind of hard to compete with there.
All right, well, let's jump out of the cars and close up, and I want to find out which of these 3 cars you would buy if it were your own money. Would it be the muscle car that's a V8 and, you know, classic American muscle? Would it be the plug-in hybrid, or would it be the new American EV? Hey Case, in classic TFL fashion, I'm going to hand you, my man, $75,000 to spend on one of these 3 cars.
You will?
I will. So the question is, do you choose the classic Mustang GT, $40,000, or you get the 9-year-old BMW i8 plug-in hybrid, $50,000, or do you get the brand new electric Lucid for $75,000?
You know, the American in me wants to get the Mustang, but I like being a little flashy, hence my medium t-shirts, and I think I'd actually go with the BMW. What about you?
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
I'd go.
You like the BMW?
I love the BMW. I think it's so underrated, and I think it's a future classic. But let us know in the comments below what you would choose if you had $75,000. And thanks for watching another TFL Classic Mashup. In Case, where should they go for more TFL content?
You can go to alltfl.com, where you can find more videos where we don't necessarily learn anything useful.
Or, better yet, go to TFL Classics, where this man and Tommy do some really great videos with old cars that shouldn't be doing new things. All right, we'll see you next time. Ciao.